Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV304. It's the Tier 6 British SPG, the fastest Arty in the game. It's located on the attack team on Steps Assault, and it's under the command of Beowulf 19K30. Now, some of you, if you're new, may not know that Beowulf, that's the name of his actual tank. He has an Abrams tank. 19 means he's armour qualification. K means he's a sergeant or staff sergeant, I believe. And also 30 means he's the specialisation in the Abrams tank. If I've got that in the wrong order, I'm sure he'll correct me. But it means that Beowulf is actually a proper tanker in every sense of the word, much as the same as the chieftain is. Now he's taking his Burt up to the north of the map to try and shoot at the enemy tanks that are defending. You have to get close to the enemy because this tank is armed, this Arty is armed with a 4.5-inch howitzer, which is a fairly close range weapon. And he's now aiming at the enemy. He's, well, as close as he dare get actually, because there are enemy tanks nearby. First shot gets a hit on a TNH 105-1000. Now this tank does have a fairly fast reload. 12.94 is the standard, and well, Beowulf's managed to get it down to 10.5 seconds. So it's quick and it's very accurate as well. He's capable of doing 450 alpha, and he can penetrate 28mm of armour with standard HE rounds. And the shell velocity, well, it's fairly slow. You might say pedestrian actually, but then it is a very short range Arty, so it hasn't got very far to go to hit the enemies. Just dialing in on those tanks. It's a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks in it, so he's bottom tier. Rounds out. Direct hit there on the turret of the Super Chaffee. Was it? No, it's a T-37, not a Chaffee. Okay, so he's going for TNH. Oh yes, that one hits just underneath the turret, next to the turret ring. But he is being fired at by the enemy Arty, and that was close, but didn't hit him. So the enemy Arty in this game is also a Burt. Okay, so he's changed position because the enemy Arty knew where he was. He's going back to that TNH, but he suddenly spots that Panzer T25. He's found the enemy Burt. Okay, he got a bit of a rescue bloom there because he changed position just at the last moment, but he's firing around in, and yes, kill shot! Went straight through the armour of the Burt, and he's out the game. Okay, go for the TNH 105, pulls back just in time to avoid that shot. He obviously got early warning. T29 there, lining up the shots, rounds out, right onto the turret for 67 hit points. Okay, the IS is still there, so he can probably get a shot over the top of the rock. So one of the good things about the Burt is it does have a very good trajectory. Oh, hit the rock face, but he's going to go for the TNH or the T29. TNH is the better one, but no, switches to the T29. Rounds out. Yes, direct hit. Okay, the TNH is hugging that rock now for dear life because he knows he's in trouble. And the T29's there. Just narrowly misses the shot by backing up and then moving forwards. But it looks like he's in trouble because he's losing hit points. Rounds out. That's a kill. Okay, these guys are getting slowly hammered, but we're only one tank up on the enemy at the moment. Rounds out. No, just zipped over the top. He managed to move into cover soon enough. Okay, the shush PTK is getting involved now. And the TNH just took a big hit from, I think it was our King Tiger. Gonna see if we can get another shot in. No, the TNH is out the game. So that means now that, oh, what's this? A Type 59 managed to creep up. He was in the centre trench, or the gully, and he's creeping up on our guys. So I think that Beowulf's going to have to move and get away, because otherwise that Type 59 might spot him, and he has spotted him. So now he does have to motor, because the enemy does know where he is. Luckily there's no enemy Arty left, so he can't try. But he's now trying to get a shot on the Type, who's headed towards our T2580. Rounds out. Oh! That was so close! But the Type was killed by the Shush PTK. Okay, the enemy is now 2 down. But remember, it's an assault game, so it's only 10 minutes long. They're getting closer and closer to the cap area. Okay, there's a Porlac tank guarding the cap. Unfortunately, just wiped out our T29. Rounds out the Porlac. He fired that one behind him, thinking he was going to pull back, but he didn't. So now he's going to have to re-aim and put another one in, hoping that it hits the Porlac. And he gets him! He put the shell onto the engine deck, and the Porlac was wiped out this time. Now there's a 2 tank difference. We've got an SU-101 guarding the south approach to the cap area. Line up the shot, rounds out, and in hit. And a big one, 225 off that one. Still non-penetration, but it was a decent hit. Fires a blind shot in. No joy. On the eastern approach, there's a Super Hellcat. Now, he's got very thin armor, so we might be able to get a decent shot on him and put him out the game. No, hit the rock face. Always look for those tank destroyers which actually have very thin armor, because Arty can penetrate those armor. And oh, that one was a direct hit, and more than likely that penetrated the Super Hellcat, because it would have gone straight through. Only 28 mils of pen, but they only have very little armor on top of those tank destroyers deliberately, and some of them, like the Super Hellcat, have open cockpits, which means the shell could go into the cockpit and devastate the tank and possibly kill all the crew. Okay, we're looking for a shot on that SU-101, and we think he might be hiding behind the bushes, so we're firing blind. No. Our Super Pershing's nearby, and the King Tiger captured is also nearby us, but he's not moving at all. Wondering why. Where are you? There he is. He's still in action. It's not as if he's turned over or anything. But Werewolf is now making a move. I think he's going to try and help the guys in the south get close to the SU-101 and the Skoda, and he can do that from the gully, but he has to be careful he doesn't get too close, because they might spot him from those heights overlooking the south approach. If the Skoda's where he still is, or last seen, then he might be able to get shots, but I think he can shoot from round about here without being spotted. Just don't get too close. Okay, this rock looks about right. Okay. That's the 2-minute warning. Remember, an assault game only lasts 10 minutes. Firing blind up onto the heights. Now, we think that there might be an enemy tank up there, but there's an SU-101 over here, and we've hit this guy before. We're still dialing in. You need to let the thing dial in on a Burt. Fires in blind. Gets a hit. Solid hit. And it was possibly on the rear of the SU-101 where it's got weak armor. Okay, we're looking up onto these heights at the moment because there might be an enemy tank up there. Oh, the SU-101's popped back into the sight again. There he is. Now, can we put a round into his rear? We're still dialing in. Almost ready. That's it, rounds out. Yes, a hit, and a good one for 129, but we were spotted. So we do need to change position. And he's getting closer, and there's the 1-minute warning. There's 2 enemy tanks on the heights overlooking. The Hellcat up there, and there's the T-34 too. Well, the Hellcat's just been killed, so now we're trying to hit the T-34 too. Only a few seconds left on the clock. A nice hit for 95. He's down to half his hit points. We've got 30 seconds coming up. Rounds out. Oh, and he gets the kill shot on the T-34 too. But there's only 25 seconds left on the clock. He desperately needs to get around onto that SU-101 and the Super Hellcat. Where is the Super Hellcat? He fires one at the SU-101 and gets a big hit. This time 200 hit points. He's gone. And there's the Super Hellcat, and he's taken out with 4 seconds left on the clock. And the clock runs out just as we've killed the last one. So it is a victory. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Beowulf, 19k30 in the FV304. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 9. And he got a fighter badge as well, because he managed to get at least 4 kills. In fact, he got 4 exactly. And he also did a fair decent amount of damage, but there was no other medals in this game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, it appears that he actually managed to get the highest damage on his team, but he didn't get the highest damage overall. That went to the TNH 105-1000 on the enemy team, got 2,831, but he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he didn't pick up a high caliber. The SU-101 did get 2,509, which is more than Beowulf, but again, no high caliber because he didn't get 20%. And Beowulf managed 2,408, which puts him in 3rd place. So 3rd on damage, not bad, but his team did very well as well. When it came to kills, he definitely had the top spot with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the SDA-1 on his team, and 2 kills went to the King Tiger, the Shush PTK, and also to the T-29, whilst on the enemy team there was only 3 players who managed to get 2 kills each, and that's the T-34-2, the SU-101, and the Super Hellcat. When it came to base XP, it's the T-29 on Beowulf's team who did the best with 1,099. 973 went to Beowulf and 958 went to the Shush PTK. He fired 31 shots in that game, which is quite a high amount for a tiny little arty like the Book Burt. He got 17 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrations. Now, let's find out which ones they were. Well, he actually penetrated the enemy Burt when he fired that shot in. It hit the roof of the vehicle and went straight through and killed the entire vehicle. And the other shot was actually on the Super Hellcat. That was the blind shot he fired in. And according to this, he did 439 hit points of damage. I think he only did get 1 hit on the Super Hellcat. So 439 means he got a low roll, but that was all the Super Hellcat. Well, it wasn't what he had, all he had left, but I think that's a low roll for the hit. So because he didn't get another hit on the Super Hellcat, but somebody else did, and in fact actually that was the vehicle that was killed right at the end of the game. So let's have a look at the rest of the detail. 19 splashes on the enemy as well, 2,408 hit points of damage, of which 1,405 were at more than 300 meters, so a fair bit of damage was done at close range. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed, and he earned 26,656 credits on a premium count, 40,000 for personal missions payout, and after ammunition resupply took away 76,232 credits profit. 973 XP times 2 for the first victory, 4,380 from personal missions payout, and 219 because he was playing in the platoon, and 7,519 experience points altogether. His platoon mate was C. Crummer, is that, I don't know if that's correct, or Crunner, in the Type 58. Unfortunately, he only got 317 hit points of damage before he was taken out of the game. He only fired 5 shots, got 4 direct hits, 2 pens, but yeah, unfortunately, he got bested by somebody else, and so he ended the game fairly early. But Beowulf, well, he kept piling those shots in, and it certainly turned the battle in their favour. So, great little battle, nice little ace tanker. Congratulations to Beowulf. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do bear with us. We're still trying to fix the sound. I'm getting good advice from some of my friends on how to fix the sound. So hopefully in the future we will improve the sound quality and it will sound, well, it will sound a lot better. But I just need to work at it, and hopefully sometime soon it'll be right again. Thanks for watching.